call this to order, the town council meeting tonight. Please stand following reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Brink, we have a roll call, please.
Joe Lopez.
Here.
John Kraft.
Here.
Kelly Karaman. Here. James Burge.
Here.
And Laura Madigan is absent.
Okay, we'll move on to approval of the minutes. We have the minutes of the December 9th executive session. I look for approval of the minutes from the executive session.
I'll make that motion.
A motion, do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. Are there any questions regarding the minutes as presented? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Approved. I'd look for a motion now to approve the minutes of the December 9th regular meeting.
So moved.
We have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Are there any questions regarding the minutes as presented? All good. All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We'll move on to consideration of claims and sewer adjustments. I look for a motion to approve the claims and sewer adjustments.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Are there any questions regarding claims and sewer adjustments? Hearing none. All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Moving right along. We'll move on to petitions and comments from the floor. If there's anybody who'd like to bring something forth to the council, please step up to the lectern, state your name and address for the record, and tell us what's on your mind. Yeah, you're on the, you're on there, so. All right, hearing none, we'll close that portion of the meeting, move on to reports. Clerk Treasurer Corinne,
I have nothing this evening.
there's nothing. Attorney. Perfect. Police Department.
I've got a couple things. I'll get through them as quick as I can. Discovery Charter School has a new superintendent, Mr. Kevin Zeck, previously, I believe, with Dunlin Schools. We welcome and congratulate him as the new superintendent over there. Consistent with what we've done in the past, whenever there's been a change of administration, myself or Assistant Chief Blythe, in this case, met with Superintendent Zeck and the school board, just to strengthen lines of communication, focus on school safety, let them know we're there for them and what else we can do moving forward in the future. I do have a body armor request. A little backstory, there's a federal grant that we've typically received in years past. It's how we've gotten our bulk body orders, or body armor orders in the past. That did not come available for 2025. I've been hanging on, checking pretty much every other week. And it's clearly it's not going to happen. So I've spoken with my liaison and the clerk treasurer. She feels it's most appropriate that the funds come from LIT. So therefore, I am asking the council's permission for an amount not to exceed $10,000 from LIT to replace ballistic panels, carriers, and rifle plates.
Okay. He's looking for a motion. I look for a motion to approve it. The expenditure not to exceed $10,000 paid out of lit for the body armor.
I'll make that motion.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion is second. Are there any questions for Chief Dickey regarding the motion?
Chief, I had one question on the email earlier. It said there's an expiration.
Yep.
I was gonna get an idea for what drives that expiration. Is it particular, is it regulations at a certain date, somebody, you know?
I couldn't get into the nitty gritty on who sets it. I know that the panels themselves come with attached to the panel from the factory with a manufacturer date, and then it'll typically say, expires 5 years from manufacturer date. I would assume that NIJ also has something to do with it, but as to exactly who and what the parameters are as to why it's 5 years, which has been typical. Chief, do you know of any that are longer than that? But it's typically
no, they're generally five years, and they've set the date. And to be eligible for the grant, you have to prove that it's not over 5 years old, the one you're replacing, and that you're keeping up with them. And it's a great thing when it's available, but it's generally available, every year.
Okay, I was just curious, I didn't know if it was material breakdown or,
I'm sure that probably has something to do with it. It lowers the rate and stop, so.
Yeah, the sweat and stuff breaks down the fiber stuff, and that's why and I'm sure there's something to do with, the manufacturer wants to sell more.
Well,
But, when you're talking what it's for, you really don't wanna, mess with their recommendations. And to be eligible for the grant, you have to promise that you're following all the rules and whatever and sign off on that. And actually, I think the council president even has to sign off when we get the grant.
okay. And probably for warranty, anything like
Standard.
that, if there was ever a
Yep.
fault with it, you wouldn't have a case if you weren't up to speed on
Correct.
technicality stuff. Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
All in favor of approval of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Another request, this was brought to my attention by the clerk treasurer that at the last meeting, it was inadvertently omitted, reference the cameras, the dash cameras, body camera package, and the MDTs, which is the laptop in the car. Initially, we were looking for 2 camera systems and 2 computers. Being that we were getting 1 vehicle, I'm still gonna request that we get the 2 cameras. I've got 3 vehicles right now without camera systems in them. And then the 2 MDTs, 1 will be going into the new car, and then, as the MDTs themselves are cycling out, I'm having issues with mine. The keyboard goes out from time to time. The keyboard's already been replaced, by one of our officers. So I am requesting, that amendment, basically, that is incorporated into the vehicle request for both camera systems, excuse me, and both MDTs.
And was there a cost on that?
I knew you were gonna ask that. The MDTs were 600 apiece, so that brings it to 1,200. And the cameras are 7,000 apiece, 7,000 and change. That brings it to 15,862 for the 2 cameras. So the overall for 2 MDTs, 2 cameras, 1 vehicle being upfitted and 1 vehicle purchase, less the $16,000 or minus the $16,000 trade-in, that total is $63,958.54. And I conferred with clerk treasurer on that as well.
Yeah, I'd say it would be cleaner just to approve the Motorola and the Insight camera purchase separately because the car was already approved at the last meeting.
Right,
But it'll still come out of
The
CCD.
car and the upfitting at Bartronics, so, but yes, out of CCD.
Okay.
but let me be clear that the car and the upfitting was approved, but the camera wasn't included, correct?
That's kind of,
What happened, it got missed, or?
it was in my request summary that I sent in the packet. However, during discussion and whatever, when the motion was made, basically, correct me if I'm wrong, when the motion was made, it was just to upfit the vehicle and purchase the vehicle. Inadvertently, whoever made the motion didn't also say to utilize or to purchase the camera and laptop.
That would have been me, sorry.
Because I thought that was part of the upfitting, but.
I did too, and that was Laura's understanding.
Yeah, I think
I
everybody was
thought
kind of under
cameras
that
and
impression.
MDTs just all came with the upfitting.
Because I think I asked, or someone asked if that was the total, but, okay. All right, so we're just approving $18,620, is that where we're at? Is that what it comes to then, the
Would
2
be-
cameras and the,
2 MDTs.
Did you say 15,682 or 15,862?
15,862 and then 1,200. I would just request amount not to exceed 18,000 from CCD for the cameras and the MDTs, computers.
and is that, where's that coming out of your,
CCD.
okay.
Want to try it again?
We're not trying, we're adding to it, is what we're doing, we're not trying again.
But it was in the list to get done.
So, all right, I'd look for a motion first to not to exceed the, what do we, 18,000
18,000 flat.
for the
I'll make that motion.
2 cameras and the,
2 MDTs.
I'll second the motion.
okay, I have a motion and a second. Any other questions for the chief regarding this purchase? Okay, all in favor of approval of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed?
I greatly appreciate that, and the only other thing I have will be in new business. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to Chief Craig.
Good evening. Just a few things. First, we had 3 firefighters recently graduate the academy that is held out of the MAC. So I'd like to congratulate them. It's 3 new firefighters that will have riding trucks and going on calls. The next academy is starting in January, and we have 2 for sure and a potential 2 pending. If we can get everything done and then making sure that their schedules fit and they pass all their stuff before the academy starts. But I'd like to welcome aboard those 3 on all the hard work they did for about 7 months, multiple times a week. And they all passed with flying colors, so that's always good too. The only other thing I have is the bunker gear grant that we were talking about a few months ago. The contract that we approved to be signed has not been returned to us yet. And the way the state of Indiana works, we can't purchase until we have that contract back. As of today, it has not returned. We have, so it will be a 2026 purchase for next year when that finally comes through. However, we do have our $10,000 in lit that was allocated for bunker gear. I would like permission to use that $10,000 this year to purchase 2 sets of gear, 9 Nomex protective hoods, and 9 sets of gloves for a total of $9,767.53 to come out of that $10,000 in lit that we allocate for bunker gear, and then the grant will come out of the 2026 allocated.
Okay, and look for a motion to approve the purchase of the, was it 2 sets of bunker gear?
2 sets of gear, 9 hoods, and 9 pairs of gloves.
What was your total, Jay? It was, $9,767.53. okay.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions for the chief regarding the motion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
That is all I have. Thank you.
all right, thank you. Congratulate your firefighters, your newly, the ones that just passed. And the more you add to the team, the better you
Oh,
are.
it's so much better. I will pass that on. Thank you.
Public Works Department.
I only have one thing, the carryover from those quotes for a garage door for our salt bay that rusted and fell apart. We requested quotes, we got 3 back from Steve's Door Service, MC Doors, and Higgins Overhead Doors. We had them quoted 2 different ways, one for a stainless steel and one for a steel door similar to the one that rusted out. But these steel doors, we can replace one section rather than the whole thing. The lowest steel door ended up being $18,490, and the lowest stainless steel door was $26,580. I'm open to doing it either way. We gotta have a door on our barn. But if it's up, if it was solely up to me, I would go with the stainless steel door, just because with salt, you know, you're asking for trouble, anything less than that. And we did get one quote that was fairly reasonable, with the 26,580, so I would ask for permission to get one or the other, and my preference would be, the stainless steel door.
I think that makes a lot of sense.
Did you get a quote from the, cause I think you said you didn't, the low bid? had you
Yes,
gotten a
yeah,
quote
we got that back, and it was higher
for
than.
the stainless, so
than
they
the
were
other one.
higher than,
Yep,
okay.
yep.
So I guess the, I don't know what everyone's thoughts are on which way to go with this, Jim.
Well, both in talking with Jamie, I also called Steve, from one of the guys, the owner of where you got the one quote, to get some of their insights, how these doors perform over time. And it seemed pretty clear from him on the stainless. I mean, I think it could almost last a lifetime as long as somebody doesn't ram into it. The downfall with the stainless is just gonna be the lift mechanisms and the other, metal parts that get the door up and down. You'll have to swap out because the salt is always going to attack it no matter what, just because of the environment. But the door itself should have integrity for, quote unquote, a lifetime. Where the steel will definitely fail. He said the time frame, it just depends. It could be 4 years, it could be 8 years or more. So saving, 7,000 or 6,000 something up front, I think it's 7,000. On one hand sounds appealing, but if we're just pouring another, 18, by that time it'll probably be up to 19 or 20,000 in a couple of years. I think we'd be money ahead if we went with the stainless steel up front and have it last a whole lot longer. And as long as you do, reasonable maintenance on washing, cleaning, try to keep the salt away from the lifting mechanisms, it could last a long time, I would think.
Yeah, the problem being, it gets hot, it gets cold, it gets hot, and it's surrounded in salt. I mean, the whole idea is to keep it in there, but even with the stainless steel door, the brackets and bottom guides and bars would also be stainless steel. So we're actually talking about the stuff that's real reasonable, nuts and bolts and pulleys and things like that.
And that's further up in the air, less likely to be directly
Yeah.
impacted.
So, again, we have to have one. We can't just leave it open like that, but I think, I agree with you that I'd like the stainless steel one. And that price is with Steve's Door Service for 26,580. Any of the doors we got, these quotes include a new opener, because whichever door we got would be substantially heavier than the one we got. The one we got was bottom basement, super thin, so both these quotes include a new opener with it. Both of them say if there's any electrical work need done, it'd be separate. But with having a current door opener in there, we don't believe there will be a need, but that's a possibility, but it'd be minor.
Okay.
Question for Corinne, are we, money-wise, we good with either selection with?
We have the funds currently in our budget that we would, this obviously isn't gonna get done this year, but it's on our list to encumber. Either way, we went tonight, Corinne's got us set up to encumber the funds.
I'd be willing to make a motion to approve the stainless steel door at the 26,580. You said that was through Steve's?
Steve's Door Service?
Through Steve's Door Service.
Okay, we have a motion,
I'll second it.
and we have a second. Any other questions? All in favor of approval of the motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
Thank you very much. That's all I have.
all right, thank you, Jamie. Park Department, Brian didn't have anything, and he asked for the night off because his in-laws were coming in town, so I said he'd probably rather be here than there, but, and the building commissioner, he didn't have anything except 38 contractors? Do you have his thing? I think it's 38 contractors for approval.
I don't have the number
left
without
it.
looking, but
Great. I think that's what the number was, but.
29.
This one's 75, let me flip over. Is this the right one?
Total 23 says 75. Yeah.
I think it's 75. It's the bottom number
Oh, this
on the
one
inside,
says, this one
75.
says 75 here,
contractors.
but I don't know if it's the same document you're thinking. If it is, it's
Yeah,
75.
I thought he said, I told him a different number, maybe it is a 75.
75 is what it is here on the 123 sheet.
That was
Yeah.
from the week.
Okay, yeah, these are all, the dates on these are all, it's the new one, okay. All right, 75, so I look for a motion to approve the 75 contractors.
I'll make that motion.
A motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
A motion, second, any questions regarding the 75 contractors?
Nope.
Hearing none, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. All right, we have no old business, we'll move on to new business. 2025 year-end encumbrances. Corinne, you're up, I'll let you explain that one.
Sure, so with the two, purchases you just approved tonight, that's gonna give us, 5 encumbrances, so I'm just gonna read them really quick, cause they need to be reflected in the minutes. Purchase order 74 for Avonmarsh, it's gonna be from Local Road and Street Engineering, it's for 2026 CCMG plans and specifications for $45,000. Purchase order 75 for Hometown Concrete, it's concrete repair and replacement projects for $22,463.74, that's from MVH Sidewalks. Purchase order 76, Justin's Tree Service, tree removals on Burwell, $3,200, that's from MVH Tree Trimming. Purchase order 77 for Steve's Door Service for a salt barn door for $26,580 from MVH Building Maintenance. And lastly, purchase order 78 to MES for bunker gear for $9,767.53, and that's going to be from Lit Personal Protective Equipment. And the encumbrances are carrying over money that was budgeted this year into next year because we've already placed an order, or will be shortly placing an order for goods and services. So, that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'd like to look for a motion to approve the 5 encumbrances, which Corinne just mentioned.
I'll make that motion.
A motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
A motion, second. Any questions for the clerk treasurer regarding? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Next, we'll move on to the Environmental Sustainability Commission Annual Report and State Flower Request. Got 2 of them on there, Jennifer.
I'm Jenny Dimitrov. I live at 18 Spurwell Drive, and I'm a member of the Porter Environmental Sustainability Convention. Tara Duffy wrote the year-end report. I'll try to answer any questions you have about it if I can. You all have a copy?
We did get copies, yep.
Okay.
I didn't have any questions. I thought you guys did a great job with what you had to work with, and some of your projects came out really nice. It was especially impressive, the cleanup you guys did on
Birthday.
Waverly, and the report that that young man gave was very impressive. But
Very good. I think we're gonna be losing 3 members. So that's gonna be quite a reaction. I hope we have some
hopefully we find
people lined up.
some good volunteer, right?
Well, I'll move on then to the Indiana native, or Indiana state flower. I hope I haven't sprung this on you at an inconvenient time. I know you have more pressing issues than the Indiana state flower, plus it's the holidays. But in light of the fact that we have so many environmentally damaging policies in our state that we have little power to change, renaming this Indiana state flower from the peony, a non-native flower, to butterfly weed, a native that better serves Indiana pollinators and wildlife, seems to be a benign way to show the state that we are very interested in environmental stewardship and want to be heard. Indiana has 15 official state emblems. Almost all of them have some obvious connection to Indiana, with the exception of the state flower, which is the peony from Asia. If the state took the time to designate a non-native flower, they could take a little extra time to change it to a plant that's beneficial to the Indiana ecosystem. The Indiana Native Plant Society is leading the way on this initiative and already has signed on 46 partners in support. Other local environmental sustainability groups plan to sign the petition as well, with Chesterton Town Council recently voting to have their Sustainability Commission sign on. Porter ESC also voted 4-1 in favor of signing the petition and is seeking Town Council approval. If you feel this is beyond the scope of ESC duties, we recommend that the Town Council sign this petition. Thank you for your consideration. Any questions?
I don't know, I'd be in favor of,
I'm in favor of it.
having, you guys go ahead and sign forward with it. I mean, if the town council needs to, I guess we could do that. But, at this point, I'm agreeable. Do we need a motion for that, or?
They should, that way to authorize them to sign on behalf of the town.
Okay, so I look for a motion to approve authorization for the Environmental Sustainability Commission to sign on it in this petition for the change of the state flower.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
The motion is second. Any questions?
No.
It'll be referred to as the butterfly milkweed, right? Not just weed.
I think it is milkweed.
I hope it is, because otherwise I can see other states making fun of us. We just,
Yeah.
we name a weed as a state flower, that'd be, okay.
I'm
Weed's
surprised
a
we don't have another.
misnomer. Weed's a misnomer, given that plant.
I don't know why they don't like to name native plants with weed. That actually isn't its, Latin name, so. That's close, yeah. Tuberose. Is what it's
Well, maybe we use the Latin, that way nobody can
Yeah,
say we're
right.
collecting weed to be our flower.
Maybe you should add that to it.
We'll be doing some
Bringing in
teaching,
great revenue.
which is a big thing that we want to do, is bring awareness to the public about the importance of restoring native plants in this area.
Right, that's the main issue, is that we've got too many invasive plants that. Oh, any other questions?
No.
Yeah, I look, all in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank
Thanks
you.
to whoever
Thank you, Jennifer.
fixed my mailbox. I didn't miss one day of jumper.
Okay, we got one more, request for reclassification of police department command staff title. I just thought, I asked Corinne and talked with Laura before about it, and I just said we put it on we have a little discussion about this. I'll let Chief Dickey, elaborate on it first, and we can have a small discussion on it.
Sure.
Yeah, first off, I would like to apologize. I know there was a lot going on earlier in the year, and this was something that I didn't understand required the council approval, so I do apologize. That's on me. This is something that, moving forward, I would like to change the title of assistant chief to deputy chief. When I put the feelers out there and was trying to get some feedback from the council members, I did get some feedback as far as if we were to do this, it would require amendments or changes to current documents. The reason I feel right now is the opportune time is we as a police department are currently completely rewriting all of our SOPs, our policies, as is the town handbook is going through, obviously a total makeover as well. So I can elaborate, but I did notify the council in a packet as to the couple of reasons that I'm looking to do that. So ask you guys for permission to make that amendment. To clarify, it is just the title. It's not, has nothing to do with duties, pay, responsibilities, anything like that. It's just the nomenclature that's changing.
Right, we're just changing the job title. It doesn't change the, like you said, the pay. It doesn't change the
Correct.
duties, the description, anything else.
Correct.
We just want to get it across the board, and I noticed even in your email you sent, though, you said regarding your vacation time, that who would be in charge would be but we haven't changed it yet, so it still says the assistant chief. But
Yes, because it hasn't been approved and I didn't want to step on any toes.
And I personally, I looked it up, and, it's just in a bigger department, there's a different hierarchy. We're a small department, so it's just more of a, like you said, the verbiage of what you're calling deputy chief, assistant chief. I don't know what your guys' opinion on it is.
If I can, it's, and in the email, it is really dependent upon the department that I looked around. I had a list of, I don't think I have it with me, but there was 10 Indiana departments and they ranged in size. But I would note, obviously not law enforcement, but even the Porter Fire Department has a deputy chief, so.
Yeah, and the response I had sent to you, I mean, it's just
Yep,
personal preference, really, as the kids say, 6'7",
right.
Jeez.
But the main concern I had was that if we're gonna do it, if it would piggyback with other projects we had to do anyway because of all the changes, and somebody has to go through and edit and find, everywhere it appears and make that change. If we're already doing that somewhere else, then make it happen all at the same time. And with the redoing of the handbook and your SOPs and that seems to be an appropriate time to do it versus doing it all by itself and you're
Correct.
paying how many man hours for somebody to
I agree.
try to do all of that, so.
Corinne, do you have anything to say regarding, is it a big formality, one way or the other, making the changes?
We'll need a salary ordinance amendment
I
to
figured
officially change the
that
title
would have to
there.
get changed, right?
The handbook is written, but it hasn't been adopted yet, and I don't really think there's much in there that needs to be changed, but obviously that could be done before it's adopted, so just the salary ordinance.
Kelly, you're good with it?
I'm good with it.
Okay,
Are you good with it, Don?
I am.
All right, let's roll.
all right. So I'd entertain a motion to reclassify our second in command in the police from assistant police chief to deputy chief.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
All right, got a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy
Appreciate
Chief
it.
Blythe. That concludes our new business. Council comments.
I'd like to thank Public Works for coming back out again for round 2 after the thaw and picking up our leaves.
Thanking the Sustainability Commission for all the work you guys and effort you're putting into all of that. That's appreciated.
Looking forward to their projects for 2026.
And to say Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a happy holiday, be safe.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Okay, I look for a motion to adjourn.
That was Don.